Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Mukesh English, and this is Mukesh Soni. In this video, I'm going to revise the complete syllabus of the third semester BCA.B.Sc Generic English from the examination point of view. And for more detailed, I would suggest you to go through the textbook and also watch my all the videos which I have done for all the topics of the third semester BCA.B.Sc, and the complete syllabus videos as well as all the topics videos. You can see the link in the description box. So here we are going to revise the complete syllabus from the examination point of view according to the question paper pattern. That's for 60 marks. Let's begin it. Before that, let's have a glance at the syllabus. What is the syllabus do you have here? You have a very important play here, The Life of Galileo by Bertolt Brecht. That's for 30 marks. Then you have 5 marks speeches are here. Ambedkar speech, Abdul Kalam speech, Sachin Tendulkar speech. Then you have Malala speech here. Then Chief Seatal speech here. Afterwards, you have the questions from the workbook, that is a presentation skills, paragraph writing, business correspondence, and commercial writing. Syllabus looks like only in one page, but it's too lengthy syllabus compared to your, if you compare to the previous 2 semesters. This is really very lengthy syllabus, and I imagine that you won't be having much time. You'll be having a lot of time constraint to cover the question paper, so you should have very perfect time management. So let's begin. So the very first section of your question paper, that is the play The Life of Galileo by Bertolt Brecht. So let me tell you, this play itself has the weightage for 30 marks, which is equal to the 50% of your question paper. 50% of your question paper will be covered by one single play here, The Life of Galileo by Bertolt Brecht. So read this play very carefully, watch my videos on the summary of this play. Now, how the questions will be asked? You'll be asked here two types of questions. One is the 5 marks question, which you need to write in a page. Another is here 10 marks question to write in the 2 pages. So 5 marks, 2 questions, 10 marks, 10 marks, 2 questions, 20 marks. So this is how you'll be having here 30 marks weightage. So now I'm going to tell you the summary, a very brief summary of this play, The Life of Galileo, so that you can recall. That could definitely help you before the last moment of the examination. Now, The Life of Galileo is a masterpiece of Bertolt Brecht, German playwright. It was written in 1938. It was first enacted in 1943 in Zurich. The play records the tragic career of the Italian mathematician, philosopher, and astronomer Galileo Galilei. It throws light on the persecution, trial, threats, and punishment by the Catholic Church for sharing his scientific findings with the world. The crux of the play is the conflict between the dogmatic religious belief and the scientific truth. Bertolt Brecht expresses his highly sympathetic attitude towards Galileo's perseverance in a battle against the church. Which are the characters we have? We have Galileo Galilei, who is a protagonist, who is a lecturer at Padua University. He is specialized in mathematics to prove astronomical models. Then we have Henry Sarti, who is the young son of Mrs. Sarti, and he's also a student of Galileo. Mrs. Sarti, who is mother of Henry Sarti, who is a housekeeper at Galileo's house. Then we have little monk. There's another detractors within Catholic Church, and that becomes Galileo's student later. Then Cosimo di Medici. So who is he? Who is the Cosimo di Medici? Is the Grand Duke of Florence, though he's only a child around Henry's age. Father Christopher Clavius. So, who is Father Christopher Clavius? Is a very minor character with few lines, but very much important role he plays here. Segredo is a minor character who serves as a canary in the coal mine for Galileo. Then Federzoni grinds the lenses for Galileo's first telescope. Then we have Cardinal Barmerin, who has become Pope Urban VIII, has a few speaking lines in the life of Galileo, and he nevertheless has a huge impact on the life of Galileo and his followers. Then Ludovico Marsili, a rich young playboy whose primary interest is his horses. Then we have Procurator. Procurator is Galileo's superior at Padua University. He's sensitive to Galileo's genius and need for more money, even if he can't help Galileo get a raise. So now, so now these are the characters of this play here, The Life of Galileo. So let's go through the summary. So I'm going to tell you summary here without the key points. Just listen very keenly, have patience. So here the play begins with Galileo and his housekeeper's son, that is Henry Sarti. Henry, who is the Galileo's future protege. He listens as Galileo interrogates. Galileo asks the questions about the Ptolemaic assumption that the Earth is the center of the universe. Galileo argues that it is a time to dispose of obsolete scientific truths and to replace them with a new one that accurately model reality. So he says that let's bring up a new concept. Galileo also challenges Ptolemaic physics, which holds that the Earth is a fixed object surrounded by movable ones. So at first, Henry is not convinced by Galileo. He talks about Galileo's theories at school, and they soon come to the attention of his mother, Mrs. Sarti. Mrs. Sarti worries that Galileo is distorting Henry's concepts of reality while neglecting his basic responsibilities such as staying out of debt. So in the next scene, Galileo reveals his telescope to the world, the invention which is very much new, just new to the public, general public. But this invention rocks the scientific community who understand it as a tool that can improve the current models of the universe and ultimately educate the people. The plot then shifts to the right of the January 10, 1610. Joined by his colleague Sagredo, Galileo uses his telescope to observe the moon. On this night, they discover that moon does not create any light on its own, on it or any light of its own. It reflects light from the distant sun. This insight provides strong evidence for Galileo's theory that Earth is not the center of the universe. Galileo wants to immediately publish his findings for the benefits of science, but Sagredo, his colleague, tells him that he will be perceived as insane. Galileo writes to Cosimo de' Medici, the Grand Duke of Florence and one of the wealthiest men in Europe. He tells him that he will name Jupiter's recently discovered moons after the Medici family. On the Duke's invitation, Galileo and Henry relocate to the Medici Palace in Florence. When Galileo shows Cosimo the Copernican theory of the universe, Cosimo rejects it. Medici's own scholars tentatively reject the Copernican model and side with the earlier Ptolemaic system that positioned the Earth at the center of the universe. To inquire further, they invite Christopher Clavius, the Vatican's head astronomer, to examine, to cross-verify Galileo's research. So now the play has shifted forward to 1616. The Vatican's research center, Collegium Romanum, finally accepts Galileo's findings and the accuracy of the Copernican model. The monks fear that the church will lose its own credibility and they think, should the findings be made public? Further, Clavius continues to deny his research conclusion. In March of 1616, the Inquisition bans Copernican science as heresy. Two cardinals, Bellarmine and Barberini, ask Galileo to stop pursuing his theory. They argue that it is more important for people to rationalize the universe according to biblical ideas than to understand scientific reality. The Vatican then decides to permit Galileo further study if it does not want if he does not publish his conclusion. So what is the main I mean to say condition is here, that he can study but he should not publish his findings, his conclusion, because it will be against the church. Galileo stops researching for 8 years to study mathematics. However, once he hears that Cardinal Barberini, a scientist, has been named the next pope, he goes back to study astronomy, thinking that he will now be protected. In the following years, Galileo publishes his findings widely. The church names him a heretic, and many followers proclaim that he has brought an end to Christianity. Others believe that he has performed heroic acts by dedicating his life to science and openly rejecting the church's unscientific dogma. In 1633, Galileo attends the Grand Duke's reception despite the protest of his daughter, who fears they are in danger. Her suspicion turns out to be true when the Duke arrests Galileo to be questioned in the Inquisition. After the church first threats, Galileo publicly renounces his research to save himself. He remains the Inquisition's prisoner for 9 years until 1642. One day, Henry Sarti visits him. Galileo sends him off with two of his works, which are called Discorsi, and Henry reaches Holland with the forbidden books, which are not allowed. The play ends as Henry overhears children talking about a possible witch, WITCH, possible witch in the village, demonstrating that he now believes the value of skepticism. Henry interjects that it is scientifically impossible for a person to fly on a broom. So, this is how the play ends here, and this is how I have tried to give you a brief summary of the play. And this play has a weightage for 30 marks. Please watch my videos on the summary and the question answers. The links are in the description box. Now we are moving to the second section of the question paper or the syllabus, speeches. You have 5 important speeches, and that's for 10 marks. 2 questions will be asked here. Out of 4 questions, you need to opt 2 questions, each for 5 marks, and you need to answer in 1 page. You have 5 speeches, one by Ambedkar, one by Abdul Kalam, one by Sachin Tendulkar, one by Malala, and another by Chief Seatal. So I have tried to give you the brief summary of each speech just to touch the main ideas. Please go through my videos on the each summaries, each summaries, sorry, each speech summaries videos have been done. The links are in description box. So let's begin it. The very first speech, the delivered by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar before the Constituent Assembly on Tuesday, 17 December 1946. So what does he do here? He recommends a kind of governance. He says two different sets of polity should be introduced, one at the bottom, the autonomous provinces or the states or such other areas as care to join a united India. So these autonomous units will have full powers. They will also have residuary powers. At the top and over the provincial units, there will be a union government having certain subjects for the legislation, for execution, and for administration. Then he says his then we find his views par with the power and wisdom. He says power is one thing, wisdom is different thing. He says I want this house to consider thus matter from the point of view not of what authority is vested in this constituent assembly. I want this house to consider the matter from another point of view, namely whether it would be wise, whether it would be statesmanlike, whether it would be prudent to do at this stage. So Dr. Ambedkar's concerns on drafting the constitution and his sincere proclamation about the dispute between the Congress and the Muslim League have been portrayed in this speech here. So please do watch my video on Ambedkar's speech. Second is here My Vision for India with Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam, and this speech was delivered by the former President of India, Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam, on 25th May 2011 at IIT Hyderabad, India. And here in his speech, he talks about three important visions. First vision is here freedom, second is here development, and the third is here India must stand up to the world. Then we also find out Kalam's conversation with 14-year-old girl. So when Kalam was in Hyderabad giving his lecture, a 14 years old girl asked him for his autograph. He asked her about her goal in life. She replied that she wants to live in a developed India. Dr. Kalam appeals to everyone, saying that for her, you and I will have to build this developed India. Then Dr. Kalam also echoes J.F. Kennedy's words to his fellow Americans to relate to Indians, and he says he borrows J.F. Kennedy's words, and he says, "Ask what we can do for India, and do what has to be done to make India what America and other Western countries are today." Then we have third speech by by Sachin Tendulkar's speech on Sachin Tendulkar's farewell speech. So what happened in the year 2013? The batting great Sachin Tendulkar brought down the curtains on his celebrated career in front of thousands of fans at Wankhede Stadium. संन्यास ले लिया उसने. Tendulkar's farewell speech brought tears to millions, billions across the globe. So when we go through his speech, we find these important key elements of his speech is here. He says retirement is inevitable. He says do not find shortcuts. He also says coach plays very important role. Further, he says behind every successful man there is a woman, and we should have balance in our life. We should be healthy, and we should have bigger purpose. So these are the key elements. Watch my videos on the summary of Sachin Tendulkar's favorite speech. Links are in the description box. Then the fourth one, we have Malala Yousafzai's Nobel Peace Prize acceptance speech. Malala Yousafzai is a Pakistani education advocate who, at the age of 17 in 2014, became the youngest person to win the Nobel Peace Prize for after surviving an assassination attempt by the Taliban. On October 9, 2012, a gunman shot Malala when she was traveling home from school. She survived and has continued to speak out on the importance of education. In 2013, she gave a speech to the United Nations and published her first book, I Am Malala. And in her speech, Malala thanks her parents for the unconditional love. And speaking on education, Malala says, education is one of the blessings of life and one of its necessities. That has been my experience during the 17 years of my life. In my paradise home, Swat, I always loved learning and discovering new things. I remember when my friends and I would decorate our hands with henna on special occasions, and instead of drawing flowers and patterns, we would paint our hands with mathematical formulas and equations. So, in her speech, she has highlighted the importance of education, especially for the school children and for everybody. Then Malala had two options. One option, either she remains silent or she has to wait to be killed. And the second one was to speak up and then be killed. So she says that she chose the second one, to speak and wait to be killed. And she decided to speak. Malala's central message is that no matter what the obstacles we have, whether they are be economic, cultural, social obstacles, everybody is entitled to a quality education as a human rights. Everybody is entitled to a quality education as a human right. So, in the words of this young activist, she says, education is education. We should learn everything and then choose which path to follow. So that's about Malala's speech. Then the fifth, the last speech you have here, Chief Seattle's speech by Chief Seattle. Chief Seattle, 1786 to 1866, was the Northwest Coast Indian of the Suquamish tribe and should give name to the city of Settle. He played an important part of the White Peace Treaties as a prelude to negotiating treaties with the US. He delivered a speech to Governor Stevens in 1854, and it is this speech which is called Chief Settle speech. This is a very beautiful speech from 1854 and have through the ages been interpreted and construed in many ways. Many people have interpreted it, and here we are going to read Ted Perry's version of this speech. So which version we have in our syllabus? Ted Perry's version. And Chief Seattle's speech was a response to the treaty of the American government for buying the land of Native Americans. The speech throws light on the carelessness of the white people towards the environment. Moreover, it focuses on the degradation of ecological balance and the request a plea to protect nature. Thus, this speech is acclaimed with high esteem. So these are the five speeches you have. I've done the videos on the summary of all those five speeches. Go through the description box. Also go through the playlist and watch my earlier videos. So this is how we have discussed here 40 marks question paper, 40 marks syllabus in the according to the sequence of your question paper, and in the flow of your question paper now we have remaining 20 marks questions. Now the very first question you'll be asked here, 5 marks question from the presentation skills, paragraph writing 5 marks, letter writing 5 marks, commercial writing 5 marks. Now I'm going to try to give you a brief glance that how to answer these questions, though I have done videos also on presentation skills, letter writing, commercial writing. Now, presentation skills, which has a weightage for 5 marks. You have 4 types of presentations: informative, persuasive, decision making, demonstrative. Any kind of presentation may appear. You need not worry about it, just you need to think about the topic. So how to attempt this question in the examination? Definitely, if you have laptop or the desktop, we can easily use the technology Canva, etc., and we can do the fantastic elegant presentation. But it's very difficult to opt this question in the examination. You will have a choice here. Out of 2 presentations topic, you can opt one. Suppose I have taken a topic communication skills, so I will draw the slides like boxes here. I'll draw the slides like boxes, and I'll give a number to each box: slide 1, slide 2, slide 3, and I'll try to decorate each slide by using pencil, black pen, blue pen. So these are the shades. I can make a shade here. If possible, if I'm good in drawing, I'll also draw the images here. So the slide 1 is a topic slide, topic communication skills presented by XYZ. And then the slide 2 should be the index. I'm sorry, please, I do apologize for the spelling error. It is INDEX, not IDNAX. Index. In the index, I should mention what are my next slide. So my next slides are here: meaning, process, 7 C's, and the types of communication. That means to say I have another 4 slides to go. Slides 3, according to the index, it's a meaning. Slide 4, according to the index, is a process of communication. Possibly, I can draw the images. Slide 5, the 7 C's of communication. Draw the image. Possibly, slide 6, the types of communication. In the slide 7, that is the thank you slide. So this is how you need to divide the main point into the sub points. Give a definition, write in the key points. Don't write paragraphs together on the slides. So this is how you can opt here presentation skills question. I have done very exclusive video on presentation skills. Find the link in the description box. Next question you have here, paragraph writing. You have descriptive paragraph, persuasive paragraph, comparative paragraph. Descriptive means to say you describe something. Persuasive means to say you convince somebody. Argumentative, right? When you say that is the technology boon or bane, so you are arguing here. Comparative, where you compare electronic vehicle versus fuel based vehicle, right? T20 versus test match. So here the outline will be given, key points will be given on your question paper. Use those outlines, use those keywords or the key points, and frame a paragraph. Write in a paragraph, write the topic. Okay, write in such a manner where each idea should connect. There should be a flow of thoughts. There should not be any kind of grammatical error. This should be conclusion in one of the two lines. And this is how you can make a very elegant and very wow factor you should bring out over there. So if somebody reads, they should say so beautiful, so elegant, just looking at like wow, right? Next you have here letter writing. Business correspondence. The title is given business correspondence. That means to say business letters. You have 5 letters in your syllabus: letter of inquiry, order letter, letter of complaint, reply to the complaint, sales letter. I have done the videos on letter writing. Two important videos I have done. Just check the description box. Go through those videos. You'll get all the examples of each and every letter. But here, I'm trying to give you one sample letter here, very much sample letter for the sake of the format. So what's the format? The first part of the letter is here, sender's address. Don't write TO2, FROM from, they're a very outdated format. This is a left margin format. Then date, full name of the month. Then receiver's address, the manager, T capital, M capital. Then the receiver's company or the address. Dear sir, madam, no comma. Subject, then body of the letter, yours faithfully, no apostrophe s, no comma after faithfully. Signature, enclosure, if you are going to enclose something, attach something. So this is how you can use this format. Watch my videos on letter writing, you will get more ideas. I have given example for each and every kind of the letter. Next, you have here the last topic of a syllabus. You have here commercial writing. That's for 5 marks. And here you have 3 topics: advertisement writing, product manual writing, brochure or post writing. So any two will be given, and out of any two, you can opt one. So advertisement writing, you have two types of advertisement. One is a classified and another is the commercial writing. Under classified, you have the different, you have format here, title of the advertisement you should write, what is the body of the advertisement, simple language you use here, mention the contact number, phone number, name of the person, right, for what purpose it is this advertisement is displayed here. So you can go through this slide here, for example, sale 2 BHK flat. So the information should be given very very brief information, because publishing the advertisement in the newspaper is very expensive. They charge word by word, per word they charge. So you need to give very brief, very compact information. Avoid the sentences over there. Write in the phrases. So you can watch my special video on advertisement writing. The link is in the description box, or in the playlist also. Then we have product manual writing. Many students, they have a confusion how to do this. I'm telling you, it's very very easy, very easy. Product manual means to say the instruction manual. I'll say simple thing. When you buy a SIM card, you get a leaflet. In the leaflet, it's mentioned here the SIM card image you can see, the SIM card's features you can see, the SIM card, how to apply or insert the SIM card on the plate or the tray of the phone. So when you're writing the product manual of any of the product, you should design the image, write the name of the product, the specifications of the product, how to use it, and if there are any kind of measures are there, precautionary measures are there, you mention it. So I have done very special video on product manual, and also I also done some more videos where my students, they have designed the product manual in the particular videos. Just check the description box in the description. Now, look at this example of a product like Samsung Galaxy S2. Write a product manual. You can look at here the image of the product, name of the product, specifications, features, how to set up this, called instructions, how to use it, and the precautionary measures. That's it. You need to write in the examination. You'll be getting 5 marks. You have one more examples here, washing machine instructions, right? That also can be done. You can pause the video. You can go through it. That's going to help you a lot. Last question you have here, how to design a brochure or the poster. That's for 5 marks. And brochure poster can be designed for different events, different functions, formal, informal. So we need to remember, we need to keep in mind few things: that who is writing, which authority, what's the title, what's the tagline, date, time, venue, contact information. In today's technical era, we do mention, you can design some QR code. Scan the QR code for the detailed information. Prize, awards, Google form for the registration, list of the events, name of the chief guest, and the logos of the social media promotion links, Insta, Facebook, X, or student coordinator, teacher coordinator, or any person who is a contact person. So these are the informations you need to provide in the brochure or in the poster. Look at this brochure, look at this poster here. This poster is related to the cultural fest, so I won't describe it. You can pause the video, you can go through it. So if you want, you can draw the images also. That's going to make it more elegant, and you can bring a wow factor to your poster, and you can get 5 out of 5. So I have done very special videos on this topic as well. Check the description box. And if you want to do it, this is also a very simple one, but I don't think so you'll get more marks here, the best marks. You will be getting best marks if you do like this. You'll be getting quite 1 marks minus if you do like this. So it's your choice. Okay, so there's one more example. You can do like this as well. Inauguration of science club, cybotics, time, date, venue, etc. has been mentioned. So this is how I have tried to give a very brief glance of the complete syllabus of third semester BCA.B.Sc Generic English and the Bangalore City University syllabus. And let's have a glance at the QP pattern, at the question paper pattern. So the 30 marks for the play Life of Galileo, and here you have two types of questions: 5 marks 2 questions, 10 marks 2 questions. 5 marks you have to write in 1 page, 10 marks you have to write for the 2 pages. Then you have speeches for 10 marks. Here again, you need to attempt here 5 marks 2 questions, and afterwards you have presentation skills for the 5 marks, paragraph writing 5 marks, letter writing 5 marks, advertisement writing, poster writing, or the product manual writing. You need to attempt any one. That's for the 5 marks. So this is how the question paper pattern will be for the examination. So friends, this is how I have tried to give you a very brief glance of the complete syllabus of the third semester BSc BCA Generic English. I wish you good luck for the examination. If you like the video, click on like button. If you're not yet subscribed the channel, please do subscribe and write how do you feel in the comment box. Write in the comment box. So thank you so much once again. Dear friends, thank you so much for watching this video. You can reach me at mukeshenglish@gmail.com. Please do subscribe the channel, click on the like button for more videos on literature, workbook, pronunciation, grammar, communication skills, presentation skills, interview skills. Stay in tune with Mukesh English. Thank you once again. Dear friends, thank you so much for watching this video. You can reach me at mukeshenglish@gmail.com. Please do subscribe the channel, click on the like button for more videos on literature, workbook, pronunciation, grammar, communication skills, presentation skills, interview skills. Stay in tune with Mukesh English. Thank you once again.